Hey, what's up guys? This is In The Zone, and today I'm going to be showing you some various animation cancels and combos that you can perform on Ahri. I figured that I would make this video, even though these are already pretty well known. Ahri's about to get a really nice skin, and I just can't think of how many bad Ahri players are going to be out there once that skin releases, so I figured I might as well release this ahead of time just in case. So before we begin, you might notice in my build that I have Gunblade and Lichbane, and you're thinking, Zone, this is patch 7.19. Why are you still building Gunblade Lichbane? And I'm basically doing this more for demonstrative purposes. Gunblade and Lichbane, I can see it becoming popular again, or maybe, if not Gunblade, a similar item like DFG was in the past. If you're not building Gunblade in that specific game, just skip it. However, the Lichbane is important for demonstrating your auto attacks, because you should be auto attacking several times within an all-in combo. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's begin. So the first combo, the most basic one, is EQ auto. You can fire out your charm and your Q at the same time. They'll fire out at the same time, just press EQ, and then you can auto attack right after. This is mainly only used in team fights. You generally don't want to use this in lane unless you're absolutely certain that you can hit the charm. If you're attacking a large cluster of enemies or they're all in an enclosed space, you're going to hit the charm on someone. It's very unlikely that you'll miss the charm on every champion in a small area. So it's okay to shoot them out at the same time. Also, the auto attack is important. Every auto attack counts, especially with Lichbane, but even so, auto attack is important. I want to talk briefly about how to use your ulti. Many people can just use the ulti for damage. They just dash around a team fight as many times as they can, or they just use it for damage, but you actually want to be using it to reposition in a way that makes it easier to hit your skill shots onto multiple people. So for instance, if you were to be standing in this position and you have two enemies like this, you would want to ulti over here so that it becomes easier to hit your skill shots like that. So instead of just hitting your skill shots onto one target, you can hit your Q onto two targets instead. Alright. The second combo that you're going to use a lot is WR. So basically, your W has no cast time. You can press it and it will go off. There's no cast animation or cast time, and it means that you can perform any of your other spells while it's arming, essentially. And one of the easiest ways that you can abuse this is your WR. You're using both of your, your targeted spells at the same time, and they will go off at once in a big burst of damage. What using W into R allows you to do is that it allows you to get into range for the Foxfires to connect with a target. So WR, and then if you want to, you can auto attack. So in combination, what a full combo with just your basic abilities would look like would be RW into position, then cast your QE, and then throw an auto attack once you get there. Keep in mind that you can probably cast 3 Foxfires during the duration of your Spirit Rush, within the 10 seconds that your Spirit Rush lasts. At 30, I currently have 30% CDR, but if you're running full CDR, it becomes even easier. However, if you should get at least 2 Foxfires, you should get at least 2 WRs during your Spirit Rush duration. Let's refresh this. So it would be WR, EQ, auto, ulti, WR, and then throw the Q afterwards. Alright, so that's what your full all-in combo will look like with just your basic abilities. Let's add in Gunblade and Ignite. It's very straightforward. You want to use the slow of the Gunblade active to make it easier to hit your skill shots, more specifically your charm. So when you WR in, you're going to use Gunblade first. Then wait for them to either flash or run away, and at that point it should make hitting your EQ really easy. So it would be something like this. WR, Gunblade, EQ, auto. So a lot of people don't realize this, but 3 of your 4 basic abilities, they have animations that are cancelable by flash. So what this means is that, let's take Charm for example, as the prime example. When you press E, there's a big wind-up animation before the projectile actually fires. And a lot of people will see this and instinctively juke before you even fire the skill shot. But if you flash during this cast time, you can actually cancel it. This is a similar mechanic to Gragas Body Slam Flash, except this time it's with a linear skill shot. So a lot of people, you'll see them flash Charm, and that's alright, but it doesn't solve the problem. They still have a window of opportunity during your cast animation where they can expect the Charm to come out. A better thing that you can do is actually Charm Flash. So from this range, this Charm should never hit. But if you flash during the cast animation, you can actually hit the Charm. The Charm will fire from where your body is, regardless of where you flash. So Charm Flash, and you'll notice that the cast animation is happening while you're flashing. So they actually can't react to it as easily. If you time it correctly, you can cut out a lot of your animation. Because it's quite a long animation. As long as you flash right as close to the end of your cast animation as you possibly can, you will remove a lot of the tells that your champion is giving off. Also, a lot of people, when you see a lot of people Charm Flash, it's really easy to do it in a straight line. This will probably be the way that you learn how to do it initially, but you can also flash sideways. When you aim your E, point your skill shot at wherever you want your E to fire. And then when you flash sideways during the animation, your E will aim wherever you pointed your cursor, regardless of where you flash. You will fire the skill shot from wherever you flash to, but it will always point the skill shot towards where you aim your cursor. So it would look something like this. This one's a little bit more difficult to use in practice because it requires that you move your mouse into 2 different areas of your screen in quick succession. But in practice, it can be very powerful. Shiphtur uses this a lot when he plays Ahri. Okay, I missed that one. Alright, finally, let's just go over how your Spirit Rush works. Whenever you ulti, the bolts that fire from when you ulti will fire off after you're done your dash. Not where you are initially, where you end up after the dash. The range on them is indicated by the circle around you. However, if you dash and there's no target in range, then you won't fire off any bolts. However, you can extend the range of your Spirit Rush by flashing, and you can get the bolts to still connect onto these targets after you flash. So you R-flash, and the bolts will still go off. This one is by far the most finicky because you need to flash while you're still moving, or else the bolts won't go off. It'll register as you flashing after your Spirit Rush ends. Alright, so now that you know that, you can put all of these abilities in combination with each other. And that's about it. I hope this helps someone. Alright, see you guys later. Bye bye.